Matterhorn is the funnest to play live for sure. It's the most difficult for me, but it's like era specific. It's got band moments. It's got throwdown moments that, thank God we get to do that. You know what I mean? And we don't have to just write a tight pop song every time.
Yeah.
Because that would be annoying. So Matterhorn is like just kind of like taking no breaks, and everything is a little bit louder and larger than the moment.
That was another one of those Dave Pramick songs from the 1OK Rock Camp, and you and Toru came up with these really cool tapping leads, and I loved that. I fought so hard for that song on the 1OK Rock record, but it just didn't embody Taka's vision. And I'm glad.
It was a totally different lyric back
yeah,
then. It was a whole different
yeah.
style.
I mean,
it was called Bulletproof. Actually.
Right. It was called Bulletproof, and it didn't really have a lyric. It was kind of just a placeholder lyric, and maybe that's why Taka never resonated with it. But I loved it from day one, and I thought, I was happy that it didn't make the record, because I was like, this could really sit on our project. But that song had like a metalcore nod and very epic, very triumphant, something to work out in the gym too, which I think every good record needs a joint like that. But I know Manny was taken back when we did a writing day and tried to like make actual lyrics that were meaningful, and I know that took Manny out a little bit, and we changed some chords to make it a little bit more pop sensible. We had a riff in the band over that song for a little bit.
Yeah.
You can talk about it.
It was a different song. It was a different song.
It.
And I walk in the studio one day and it's a totally different song. And I'm like, what did you guys do? And like, okay, yeah, like, you didn't call me. Like, I don't like being surprised like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was that. And then the lyrics talking about making mountains move. And I'm like, this song's soft, guys. Like, damn. What is like? Nah, we gonna trick it out. It's still gonna be hard. Don't worry. And that's like my cousin's favorite. So everybody I let listen to, that's their favorite song. Yeah. And Tyler's like, did you let them, that's your lease?
I know. I was kind of like, oh really? I was gonna be a little cunt about it, but I just kept saying, just trust the process. Even our manager was like, I don't know, these chords feel like, because before it was like very power chords. It was very meatheady, which is cool. I like that music, but I didn't think that that's our story. But I just kept saying, trust the process, trust the brand. And I knew it was one of those things that until we got the mix back, it wasn't gonna hit hard enough. And sure enough, like we got to the end and everybody was like, we were in our listening session with our team, everybody's kind of headbanging. It finally landed, and I think Manny was still kind of like but after we played a couple shows with it, it was obvious that was a very tough song.
It's the show closer.
Yeah.
And now when we go back in this summer to write, we're gonna have to beat that for the show closer.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
There's always like a joint that is the undeniable like last kick in the pants, and the one you're gonna leave them with. And Matterhorn is that for right now until we get in there and whoop it.
The Matterhorn lyrically is about just you're climbing. It's almost like imagine you were climbing Mount Everest or something, and you really have to go into this journey knowing it's gonna be hard, it's gonna be deadly. You can't give up. You've got to be strong. I mean, it's a little cliche, but. It's kind of like too, once you get to a certain point there, it's like it's too late to go back. You might as well die trying and be triumphant, but if you give it all you got, you can really make it to the top, and you can really make mountains move. And yeah, it's just a song about never giving up. And
we recorded it in the Swiss Alps outside of
which I didn't realize until way later, how connected that was and how like spiritual that was. So that's kind of why we decided to call it the Matterhorn, because that's one of the biggest mountain in Switzerland, or highest peak in Switzerland. So that was just a cool little you know, cute little antidote. But
Classic Disney ride.
Classic Disney ride.
is it?
Yeah, that's when I first heard that word was at Disney World as like
I
an,
didn't know. I didn't
and bro,
know.
that like stayed with me. That's crazy that
I
you're
didn't
saying
know
that.
that.
Wow.
That's sick, crazy.
Black and carbon.